Hello, my name is Misojan. How do you relate it to artificial intelligence? Lately, you might have seen in the news or online that AI can create picture, write text, and even compose music faster than human. One type that's getting a lot of attention is generative AI. This type of AI doesn't just follow commands. It can create new entirely contents on its own. Let's start with the advantage. The biggest strength of AI is creative efficiency. It can take over repetitive or simple tasks, leaving humans free to compose on more creative work. For example, students can get idea for writing, and designer can make drafts quickly, and composer can make inspiration. Personally, I've been surprised by AI generated art or text. Wow, I never thought of that. Because of this, more people can express their more ideas easily. But there are also downsides. The main concerns are copyright issue and information reliability. Generative AI learns from vast amounts of online data, which means it might use someone else's work without permission or produce incorrect information. Also, if AI generated results are always written as correct, human thinking could gradually weaken. So what should we do? I believe we shouldn't fear AI. Instead, we need to learn how to work together with it. Governments and companies should set ethical guidelines, and we should look at AI outputs critically. In short, AI shouldn't replace humans. It should be a partner that expands our creative possibilities. AI will keep advancing, but our job is to learn how to use it mindfully. Instead of being swept away by convenience, AI is, after all, a tool made by humans. How we use it, decide whether our future becomes warm or cold. I'd like to ask one last time, what is your relationship with AI? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Juan. I'm very happy to be here today. Today, I will talk about the semiconductor. Imagine waking up in the morning without your smartphone, computer, or even an alarm clock. How would your day begin? All these devices share one small but powerful thing inside, the semiconductor. Semiconductors are tiny materials that act like the brain of modern technology. They control how electricity flows, store data, and make decisions inside machines. Without them, nothing in our digital world would work. When I first learned about semiconductors, I was amazed that something so small could have such a big impact. They are used everywhere in phones, cars, televisions, hospitals, and even in space. They silently work inside machines, connecting people and making our lives easier every single day. What makes semiconductors so special is their ability to switch between conducting and not conducting electricity. This simple principle allows computers to process information using billions of tiny switches called transistors. Each transistor can represent a 0 or 1, the language of computer. When billions of them work together, they make artificial intelligence think, help cars drive themselves, and even predict the weather. Today, semiconductors are becoming smaller, faster, and more efficient. Making semiconductors requires a lot of energy and water. That's why scientists and engineers are now trying to make green semiconductors chips that use less power and produce less waste. By making smarter and cleaner chips, we can protect the environment and continue to innovate. In a way, semiconductors are like the human brain. They learn, improve, and help us solve problems faster than ever before. Just as our brains create ideas, semiconductors create possibilities. They are not alive, but they give life to technology. So next time you look at your phone or laptop, remember behind every screen, there is a silent brain working tirelessly, the semiconductors. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jin-sung. Today I talk about lives on social media. How often do you use social media in a day? These days, most of my friends use social media as part of their daily lives. According to a survey by the Korean Youth Policy Institute, Korean teenagers spend about 5 hours a day on social media. We post pictures and short messages every day and check how others react. When we get many likes, we feel happy, but when the number is small, we feel a little sad or worried. One day, I started to think about this. Do those likes really show our value? Does having many likes mean we are better people and having few likes mean we are less valuable? Maybe we are letting other people's clicks decide who we are. At first, the like button was just a simple way to express our agreement and support. It was a small and right reaction to good pictures or posts. However, things have changed a lot. Now, the number of likes has become a kind of measure of popularity and worth. People often think that having many likes is popular and having few likes is not. Because of this belief, many people try to take prettier pictures, use filters, and look happier than they really are. Sometimes they even hide their true selves just to get more likes. I have also had this kind of experience. Once I uploaded a picture. The number of likes was smaller than I expected. I felt disappointed and even thought, am I not good enough? But as time passed, I realized something important. Like is just a button someone presses for a second. It cannot tell me how valuable I am, who or I really am. It cannot tell, only I can decide that for myself. Social media is definitely a great tool for communication and sharing information. It helps us to connect people all over the world. However, we should never let those numbers define our worth. What really matters is not how many likes we get, how honestly and seriously we connect with people. We are not numbers on the screen. We are real people. Our thoughts, words, and actions show who we are much better than the number of likes we get. A lack may disappear quickly, but our true value is something we build ourselves. It comes from how we treat others, how we express our ideas, how we live every day. So instead of asking, how many likes did I get? Let's ask, how many people did I truly connect today? It is time for us to start comparing ourselves with number on social media. Let's be confident in who we really are in and shine as ourselves, not as the number between heart symbol. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Yu Won-ho, a second grade student at Gumi Electronic Technical High School. Today, I stand before you to declare one undeniable truth. The truth is this: Dokdo is our territory. There are still those who try to deny this fact, but history, reality, and our hearts clearly prove it. There are still those who try to deny this fact, but history, reality, and our hearts clearly prove it. Dokdo is not just a cluster of rocks in the sea. It is our history, our pride, and a symbol of our sovereignty. History provides abundant evidence. The 삼국사기 and the 세종실록 지리지 consistently record Dokdo as Korean territory. In the 태종실록, the administrative jurisdiction over Dokdo and Ulleungdo is clearly defined. And the Annyeongbok incident showed how our ancestors defended our waters against Japanese fishermen. And the Imperial Edict No. 41 of the Korean Empire officially designated Dokdo as an affiliated island of Ulleungdo. Even today, people living in Dokdo, our Coast Guard stand firmly on duty, and the 태극기, our national flag, flies proudly in the wind. Yet, Japan continues to claim Dokdo is at odds. Why is that? First, because of its military value. Dokdo lies at the heart of the East Sea, a strategic vantage point where the sea and the air can be monitored. If Japan controlled it, they would greatly expand their military presence and intelligence gathering capacity in the region. Second, because of its resources. Waters around Dokdo are rich in fishery resources that support the lives and economy of Korean fishermen. Beneath the seabed, there may also be untapped reserves of oil, gas, and other minerals. Third, because of political motives. By raising Dokdo issue, Japan diverts public attention and strengthens domestic unity during times of political motives. But these are nothing but excuses. History refutes them, reality refutes them, and justice refutes them. Dokdo is and always be Korean territory. So, what should we do? First, we must know and remember history. Young people must learn why Dokdo is ours and pass that truth on to the next generation. Second, we must strengthen effective sovereignty. Through administrative support, infrastructure, and international outreach, we must reinforce our presence on Dokdo. Patrol activities, maritime security, and research institutions are always to demonstrate our firm commitment. Third, we must care for and love Dokdo as our own. Even if it seems far away, it must always remain close in our hearts. When every citizen takes interest and action, Dokdo becomes even stronger as a symbol of our nation. Dokdo is a land soaked with sweat and sacrifice of our ancestors. For us today, it is a matter of pride. For future generations, it is a legacy that must be protected. To forget Dokdo is to lose our roots. To protect Dokdo is to protect our history. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say it once with conviction. Dokdo belongs to Korea. History proves it, the present proves it, and above all, our hearts prove it. Thank you for listening.
Hello, I'm Han Soyeon, and today I'll be talking about independence from hate. As we all know, we are under Japanese colonization for 35 years until our independence on August 15, 1945. Before we had our freedom, Japan treated us unfairly and looked down on us just because we were different. Discussed, defamed, and looked down this pain and made us lose our identity. It has been 8 years since we gained our freedom from Japan, but now we face new kind of hate. Not from Japan, but from each other. The pain comes not from force, but from discrimination and degradation. Let's look around us. In daily life, we see hated poor people who make mistakes or think differently. We look down on people with lower grade or different idea. We insert teammates who make mistakes in project and even spread bad rumor about others. All this difference and mistake lead to one emotion called hate. But we all know the progress in technology or the economy happen when it works together. So I think even though we are free from Japan, we are not yet free from hate. We judge people their race, class, mistake, or thing they like, but difference and mistake what we make us human. Let me explain. The transmission of the neuron in human follow the fixed pattern. That is why we remember what we already know and like familiar people better. But how can we learn new things and make a new friends? If neuron always succeed in transmission, we would remain like newborn babies. But because our neuron fail again and again, we can grow and learn. Isn't it contradictory that we hate failure when it actually makes us human? Today, I will say one thing, the way we have lived so far and the only way to move forward is by accepting failure as something natural, not as something to hate. No matter our job, income, or race, we are all human being shocked by failure. Our brain knew it, and our right from it. If you and I close the gap between us, become we, I'm sure that we can truly become independent from hate. Until that day, why don't we all become people who fight for independence from hate? Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is An Seohyun, and the title of my speech is We Are Still 17. Have you ever looked around and felt like you're falling behind? I've been feeling that a lot lately. My friends are in class, getting good grades, and already have their future planned out. When I see them, I keep asking myself, am I really doing well? Am I working hard enough? Am I on the right path? I wanted many things, but my willpower is weak. So I make plans but can't keep them well. At times like that, I feel so small and I've often ended up crying alone in my dorm because of the stress. After that, I would run on weekend just to calm down. Being with my family helps a little, and I can clear my mind. I remember sitting at the table with my parents. They said, "You're still 17. You haven't even planted your seeds yet. How can you expect flowers to bloom?" That really made me think. We haven't even started, but we already feel like we have to show results. Now isn't the time to bloom. It's the time to plant seeds. It's okay to grow slowly, but we often mistake that we're falling behind. Sure, our school focuses on getting jobs fast, so there's a lot of pressure to plan for the future. But you're still 17. Even if we don't get a good job right after graduation, it's fine to get one later or just go in your own path. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to go slowly. Some friends are so stressed that they even think about giving up. Hearing that really hurts, and I don't understand why we push ourselves so hard. So now I think it's okay to be a little late. It's okay to go slowly. Everyone sees grow and bloom at different times. Just because hasn't bloomed yet doesn't mean it never will. Society mostly looks at results anyway. That's why we have to cheer ourselves on and comfort ourselves about the process. So, to my friends who are having a hard time and to myself, I want to say, you're still 17. It's not about blooming or bearing fruit. It's about gathering the sunlight and growing. Thank you for listening to my story.
Hello, my name is Kim Juan. My major is electronic control system. Have you ever watched a sci-fi movie as a child and seen a car driving by itself? In reality, today's self-driving cars use military laser technology, make scenes from movies a reality. In this way, the defense industry is very important, not only for military purposes, but also because it can turn technologies that once seemed possible only in movies into real life. Today, I would like to explain the need for defense industry in 3 ways. First, the defense industry is very important because it strengthens national security and defense capabilities. A good example of this is Israel's Iron Dome. The Iron Dome intercepts rockets or missiles in the air and destroys them before they can hit their targets. In practice, when Israel faces rocket attacks from hostile countries, the Iron Dome stops most of them, protecting the lives and property of its citizens. This shows that the defense industry plays a crucial role in keeping people safe. Second, the defense industry helps economic growth and creates many jobs. Making weapons is research and making parts and putting them together, which gives work to many people in different areas. Also, selling defense products to other countries greatly helps the economy. Helps the national economy. For example, South Korean companies sell high-tech weapons like the K9 self-propelled gun and K2 tank to other countries. This shows that defense industry is for the military and also helps the national economy. Third, military technology is often used in civilian industries and helps make our daily lives better. Many advanced technologies were first made for military use but were later changed for civilian purposes. One example is drones. Drones were first created for the military to collect information and about where the buyers are, helping firefighters control them faster. During wildfires, drones can quickly look over areas that are where fires are. In farming, drones can spray pesticides over fields, which saves labor and makes work more efficient. By using military technologies like drones in civilian life, we can make our lives more convenient and effective. Some people say that the defense industry is only about making weapons. They think it has nothing to do with our daily lives. But I want to say this confidently. The defense industry is an important field that protects the safety of our citizens, develops advanced technology, and prepare us for the future. Take an interest in the defense industry, learn about it, and get involved. Let's work together to create a safer and more convenient future. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Donghwa. There is something we can't live without today. It's the smartphone. As we use smartphones more often these days, many types of addiction have appeared. Among them, I'm going to talk about the addiction to short form videos. Short form means a short video that lasts less than 1 minute. These days, we can easily find short form videos on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. People like things that are simple and easy, so they are easily attracted to short form videos. Short form is full of new and exciting content that we can watch with just a few finger moves. It gives a lot of stimulation in a short time, and because of the unpredictable algorithm, it's easy to become addicted. Also, because we can keep scrolling forever, we fall deeply into short form and end up becoming addicted without realizing it. Then, what problems can this short form addiction cause? Maybe some of you have experienced watching short form videos during exam periods and couldn't concentrate on studying, not doing the things we have to do because of watching short form is one of the problems we often experience. Too much short form watching can also cause poor reading skills and bad mental health. When we keep watching too many exciting videos, problems like depression, anxiety, and ADHD can get worse. There's also something called the popcorn brain effect, which makes us unable to watch long videos and makes our daily life feel dull. For teenagers like us, the part of the brain that controls memories and emotions should develop well. But if we watch short videos too often, their functions get weaker. Then we may lose our control of emotions and find it hard to plan things. It can make us feel unstable. To solve this problem, the first step is to recognize it ourselves. We can set a certain time limit and stop using it, or ask our family or friends for help. If this is too hard, deleting the app can be a good way too. The second way is to make new hobbies. Doing exercise, visiting exhibitions, or reading books can be a good activities to replace short form videos in a healthy way. Now, how about knowing the danger of your phone and make a new hobby instead of watching smartphones on your day off? This is the end of my speech. Thank you.